Hi there, we are back for another episode of Shadowbringers. In this episode I want to do the level 63 job quest for Dancer. We are here at Costa del Sol in Eastern Lanosea at X 31.0 Y 30.4. We have to talk to Neshmira, a Soire in the Sultanate. Neshmira is ready to take the show on the road. Well, if it isn't my star pupil, you couldn't have come at a better time. A messenger just arrived. It would appear that Master Gigeruyu has received a response from his friends in the Sultanate. As for the details, he would deliver them to us in person. Why don't you go on ahead to his villa? I will fetch Rana and be along shortly. Well, if it isn't my second favorite dancer. Good news, my girl. Thanks to the highest recommendation of yours truly, my friends at the Syndicate would be more than happy to host one of your performances in Uldar. You have our deepest gratitude, Master Gigeruyu. Truly, your generosity knows no bounds. Kaha, think nothing of it. Your performance gave me a thrill I'll not soon forget, and while I'd love nothing more than to keep you all to my own, I'd be remiss if I didn't share my most remarkable discovery with the rest of the realm. That goes for you in particular, my lovely Rana. You may be a bit rough around the edges, but that just adds to your untamed, dare I say, feral allure. Nothing would make me happier than to go down in history as the man who introduced your beauty to Eorzea. Why, Master Gigeruyu, you are making me blush. God, now take me, I simply can't bear the thought that you've performed on my stage for the last time. You'll grace me with one final farewell performance, won't you? Surely, after all I've done for you. Our apologies, Master Gigeruyu, but we must not keep our audience in the Sultanate waiting. After all, this is but the second stop on our journey, a journey we must see through to the end. And besides, while your words to Rana and us all great honor, I would remind you that the girl is still an apprentice. Excess praise can lead to overconfidence to carelessness, and carelessness to an untimely fall. Do you hear me, Rana? No matter what glowing words your admirers may heap up on you, remember that your journey as a dancer has only just begun. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground, lest you stumble on the road to achieving your full potential. But of course, and yet it's truly inspiring to have such a devoted fan. Is it not? Why, it helps me appreciate just how much I've blossomed as a dancer in such a short time. I do not mean to make light of your achievements. I ask only that you stay focused on the task at hand. Continue to own your craft and not let yourself get swept away by unchecked emotion. And with that, we should be taking our leave, Master Gigeruyu. We thank you for your patronage and hospitality. When our business in Eorzea is done, we will return to fully express your gratitude. You need not feel compelled to travel with the troop suite. I trust that you have matters of your own that you would attend to along the way. We shall await you in Uldar. So, this is Uldar, Jewel of the Desert, but we are not here to see the sights, no. We must decide upon a suitable venue for our next performance. As a matter of fact, I already have an idea. I was thinking we might put on a show in Stone's Throw, a settlement outside of town said to be home to the poor and downtrodden. Are you sure of this, Mrs. Neshmera? I agree that the arts should be enjoyed by the lowborn as well as the high, but is some glorified shanty town truly the best place for us to find an audience here? I would have it no other way. Now, listen to me, sweet, and listen carefully. You will recall that I told you that our Kriegstanz has the unique power to clear hearts and minds of worries and lift the spirits of all who behold it. Put another way, bringing joy and succor to the scorned and the suffering is no less than our calling in life. In Limsa as well, our audience included many who were down on their luck, and yet it did not seem those troubles weighed so heavily on their hearts. Mayhap this is a remnant of their pirate heritage, a flagon of ale in hand and a song on the lips, and all their cares fade away. Uldar is different. Here I feel the scars of the calamity run deeper, particularly among those who lacked the coin needed to rebuild their lives to their satisfaction. Stone's Throw it will be. I can think of no place more in need of what we offer. You there! Halt! Halt! I say. You're the dancing troupe that's come at the invitation of the syndicate, yes? On the authority of the breastplates, we command you to desist at once. Fear not, you have done naught wrong. It's just, well, Stone's Throw not safe for visitors these days, you see. A group of real rabble-rousers have been causing trouble of late. You know how it is. Protests, riots, and all sorts of unpleasant business. Curse their angers targeted directly at Uldar's upper caste. Like as not they'd leave you a troupe of performers. Still, the syndicate cannot accept the risk of its honored guest suffering and ultimately injury or worse. We appreciate your concern, but I can assure you that it is wholly unnecessary. All members of my troupe are well trained in the art of self-defense. We are more than capable of taking care of ourselves. That's right. Besides, healing, suffering, and strife across the realm is precisely the reason we've come here. Whatever sort of struggle your people face, why not let us look into the matter and see if we can't resolve it? It is a gracious offer, but no. Keeping the peace is our sworn duty, and one we cannot simply impose on guests. Besides, we are trained soldiers, and you are not. For your own safety, you should take your leave of this place at once. You haven't seen these dancers? I'm more than just a dancer, you know? Yes. An adventurer, and one who knows her way around Uldar, you say. Perhaps you are fit to investigate the matter after all. Very well then. You and your friends may carry on. Just promise that you won't go looking for trouble, huh? Mistress Neshmira, leave this to me. I'll dance up a storm for these poor folks, calm their hearts and put an end to any riots or uprisings. I admire your spirit, runner, and yet I cannot shake the sense that great danger does indeed lurk here. You may go, but only if Sweet accompanies you, and you must promise that you will not leave her side. All right. The more the merrier. Don't you agree, Sweet? Let's make for Stone's Throw. I'll race you there. Okay. Where is it? Ah. Oh, there you are. Let's get started, shall we? Our first task is to figure out just who's behind these riots. Why don't we split up, ask around and see what turns up? Don't tell me you are worried about that silly promise I made to Mrs. Nishmira. Come now, Sweet. Clearly she worries overmuch. You saw me on the stage. Do I look like someone who can't take care of herself? Now, let's see what the townspeople can tell us. Meet you back here when we are both done, alright? Riots, aye. There have been some trouble here of late. Won't catch me dead getting myself involved. Whoever behind it all, wish he'd just bugger off and give us some peace and quiet for once. Course, that doesn't stop those breastplates from glaring at me askance every time they come through the neighborhood. Not that I can blame them, I suppose. Rumor has it the true culprit's an expert in throwing the authorities off his trail. Looking for some rabble-rousing rioter, you say? I might know a thing or two. What's it to you? None of us here in Stone's Throw have much love for the rich, this much is true. Still, wasn't till lately when someone started talking about actually giving them their due. Thought they were just talking big, but lately it seems they've been putting their plot into action. Hey, you there! You, friends with that Mikoti girl? The one with the fancy dress? She was asking around about the riots, you know. Well, would you believe I actually saw her talking to one of the blackguards responsible for it all? Last thing I saw, he was leading her away somewhere. I'd go after her if I were you. Well, I wouldn't never had the nerve for that sort of thing, but I reckon you should, before the poor thing comes to harm. Oh, sweet, you really saved my skin. This man told me he'd take me to the rioters' hideout. He led me here and then, well, to be honest, I'm still unsure entirely what I witnessed. It was the strangest thing. As soon as he brought me here, his body began to sway and spin in the strangest way. If I didn't know better, I'd say he was dancing. But we can talk about what when we are back in a safer environment. I should probably summon the breastplates and file an official report. Meanwhile, could you return to the city and let Mistress Nishmira know I'm alright, and tell her I'm sorry for breaking my word. I see, I had a feeling this would happen. Do not blame yourself, sweet. You are not her keeper. I will deal with the girl myself when she returns. That said, I'm curious. What can you tell me of the strange dance she says her would-be captors were performing? Good news, friends. Thanks to your efforts, we have apprehended the firebrand. Peace should return to Stone's Throw for now, at least until the next rebel-rouser decides to fan the flames. Still, there is one part of the story that does not sit well with me. The girl here claims she saw her captors dancing, but those we took into custody swear to the last man they remember no such thing. They deny that they were dancing, but why ever would they feel the need to lie about something so innocuous when already convicted of a far more heinous crime? It is not precisely a lie. You see, from here the tale gets even stranger. They claim to have a vague recollection of their bodies moving, but insist they had absolutely no intention of doing so. They went on to say they couldn't even remember where or why they came up with the idea to riot in the first place. On the contrary, they seemed almost relieved relieved, just as if some evil spirit had been banished from them. Sounds like our friends have been partaking in a particularly unstable and unsavory alchemical concoction. At any rate, the breastplates will be taking over the investigation from here. Thank you for your assistance, and please carry on with the preparations for your performance with our blessing. I'm sorry, Mrs. Nishmira. I should have stayed with Sweet, like you said. Together, I'm sure we could have worked things out peacefully. In the end, I was not able to dance even a single step. Just as the Greek dance can enthrall and inspire, so can it serve us in battle. A true dancer must be prepared for both possibilities at all times. Sweet was able to display her skills as a dancer in battle today, and I suspect it is for that very reason that your would-be captors, but never mind that. Rana, you disappoint me. It is not a lack of dancing prowess that led to your failure today. No, it was the overconfidence that led you to stray from your partner's side. When true Falsium dances, we dance as one. We dance to stir hearts and lift spirits, not merely to show off our skills that our admirers might shower us with empty praise. I thought you understood this, but it is clear you still have much to learn. I am sorry, Mrs. Nishmira. I promise I will not repeat my mistake. Forgive me for making you suffer the girl's foolishness, Sweet. Though she has grown in skill, it is clear she still is a child in more ways than one. I can only hope that she will take today's lesson to heart, lest she eventually pay the price. Is that not going a bit too far? You ask much of the girl. You ask much. Being a true dancer is about more than knowing how to move one's feet. I must be tougher on Rana than anyone, lest true Falsiam fail to carry out its sworn duty. I can see you are confused by my words. Do not worry. All will become evident in due time. Both you and Rana will understand all too well. And with that, I must prepare for our forthcoming performance. This time I will be asking Rana to take the stage alone. She may consider it her opportunity to reflect upon her actions today and, God's willing, learn and grow from her missteps. Meanwhile, perhaps it would be best if you two return to your training. If you and Rana truly mean to bring out the best in one another, both of you will need to work harder than ever before. Farewell for now, and let us meet up again when it is time to move on. And now I do believe it's time I did some investigating of my own. Yes. Okay, so that was the level 70, that was the level 63 quest, and we can do the next quest with level 65, Dances with Dusk Rites. Okay, so that was it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!